Now, from the Valley of the Sun, EA Sports welcomes you inside State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix, Arizona. Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go from Glendale. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
On the jump.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Come on, set. Hook.
They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Set.
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5.
Set, go.
Again, it's Benson. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They'll stick with him again. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down. But that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And he'll work his way forward to about the 21.
Go!
Here's second and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up first and 10. On the handoff, this is Benson. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Ready?
Here's a second and 12. Back to throw. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Edgerrin Cooper. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll turn and hand this one off. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Green Bay first down. They'll stay on the ground. Now flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty.
Okay, ready?
Back to the ground after the penalty. And he'll get about 5. On the bootleg, it's Love. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw here to begin the drop. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They face 2nd down and 7. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll look to throw. That's caught by Harrison right side. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll try and run here with Benson. Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. himself to throw it on first down. He's going to air this one out. That'll be banged away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Maybe a couple there. It's third down.
Let's go.
Out of the shotgun. It's Love. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check out.
Here's a first carry for their running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Now he'll air one out. And he's in. Touchdown, Packers. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Stephanie, go.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Check, hurt, hurt. Ready.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Edgerrin Cooper. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Ready, set.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Check.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. Finding space at the 15. The speed on display. He's in. Touchdown, Green Bay.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
Here we go, set! Hut, hut!
Drive will start on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short game.
Ready?
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Get up!
He'll get that complete to Harrison. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Hut!
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Check go!
Straight ahead, they go with Benson. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
On the set!
After losses on the last 2 run plays, they face 3rd down and 14.
Ready, ready?
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws.
And the rush is going to get there. He'll go down. They were taking a big risk going for it in their own territory. It will not pay off. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds.
And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
On the ready!
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal.
Go!
Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Let's go! Ready?
They'll go with him again. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Love. That is caught to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Packers. On is McPherson for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Packers are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. first play of the drive, and here's Benson. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Hawk 70. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
He'll drop to throw. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. That's the linebacker, Ray Walker. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Glendale after this. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down.
Ready? Here we go, set. Check go.
Throwing is Love. Pass complete there to Harrison. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 2. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Ready?
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. And the Packers will have great field position right around midfield.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Let's go now.
Now a give up the middle, and they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. Love to throw. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter.
On the jump. Let's go. Ready?
Love to throw on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended target.
And he's going to take this all the way home. Touchdown, Green Bay. That is second touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. McPherson now for the PAT. He gets it to go. And the Packers add on to their already sizable lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one. He's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Quay Walker.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Tight. 19 tight. Come on. Set 19 Lion.
On first and 10, here's Love. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
So we have reached halftime here, and the visitors from Green Bay out on top as we send you to Orlando to check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Hi, Coach. Thank you. Two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Set. Set, go.
The third quarter begins with a run. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Here we go. Set. Ready, ready.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get this very close to a first down. A nice run there. Will just end up a little bit short.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
And he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on third and short. They do not get it done. Packers set to kick this one away, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now the return. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36.
Set. Ready.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Let's go now.
They'll work now on second and 4.
Ready.
On second down, it's Benson. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short.
Here we go.
But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Hut, hut.
Up the middle they go. And this defense not allowing much there. They'll stop him at the 45.
Ready, break. Get up.
Handoff, and it's Benson running right. Yeah, it's a gain of 10 yards. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
He's got space inside the 25. And he'll be taken down.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle.
Ready, ready.
He'll come up on a second down and 8. They motion a receiver right. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards. Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Set. Ready. Ready.
They'll run it and give it to the big guy. And he's going to have a Cards first down. They managed to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Get up. Ready.
A give. Here's Benson. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the one, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
Got it. Ready?
Another shot from the one on second and goal.
Get up.
They'll run with Benson. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
It's one thing if you don't get the ball in the end zone, but it's another to lose this many yards. And I think now for this offense and this play caller, they've got to reevaluate their approach down here in tight.
Throwing here on third and goal. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. So, these two teams take the long walk to the opposite.
Ready.
No reason not to go for it at this point. They will on fourth and
Here
goal.
we go, Shaq. Check go.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Ready.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
Set. Go.
Handoff here, up the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll stay on the ground. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game.
Let's go now.
A run now on second down. And he's going to have a first down. Tackle made up at the 33-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
On the set.
Here's a toss as they look to run. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
And they will bring him down on down the other side of midfield.
On the ready.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll turn and hand this one off. There he goes, inside the 30. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
A run on first and goal. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Packers will add one more onto their big lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitting slant there. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Back to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll look to throw again. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And he's very close to a touchdown, and Markham just shy of the goal line. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. First and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Cardinals cut into the lead a little bit. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
go.
Love will take a knee, and that ought to do it.